On this episode, we'll talk about the difference between a regular sleeve and a mini sleeve. We'll also talk about type 2 diabetics and having a sleeve, and we'll talk about the aftercare if you decide to come to Mexico and have your surgery. Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com, and welcome to episode 174 of the AskDrA show. If you are new to the show, well, let me first of all welcome you, and second, invite you to participate. And this is a section where you as a patient, or you that are interested in weight loss surgery, or you're looking into a gastric sleeve, well, you have a chance to send us your questions and have them answered here on this show. The way to do so is using the hashtag AskDrA, hashtag AskDrA, throughout social media, and my staff will be looking out for those hashtags and bringing those questions to me and have them here on the show. So let's jump into the questions. So let's talk about the difference between a regular sleeve and a mini sleeve or arthroscopic sleeve, or a sleeve done with tinier instruments, which is called mini laparoscopic procedure. And this is, just to make it clear, it is the same procedure inside. It is the same percentage, because a lot of patients hear mini sleeve and then they think they're going to get, well, not so much cut out of the stomach, or it's going to be a wider sleeve, and it's not so. It is the same procedure inside with tinier incisions outside, pretty much barely visible, pretty much without leaving a scar, because even a freckle will probably be bigger than the incisions that we make on a mini sleeve. Now, who's a candidate for this procedure? Not everybody. We leave this to only females, because males have a more muscular abdominal wall, and the instruments that we use to work on these patients, they're very fragile, they're very expensive, and they're bent or break very easily. So we leave this only for women, because it's easier to work on that abdominal wall. And we leave it only on a BMI between 30 and 35. Once the patient crosses that BMI, or goes over 35, 36, they're not eligible, or we don't offer, or we don't give them the opportunity to get a mini sleeve unless their BMI is between 30 and 35. Women, and by preference, no upper abdominal surgeries. Let's talk about diabetes. There's two types, type 1 and type 2. The most common type we see is type 2. But it doesn't mean that if you do have type 1 diabetes, you aren't eligible for a gastric sleeve, or you can't have weight loss surgery. No, you can. It is feasible. But here goes. When patients of type 2 diabetes get surgery, they get a lot of benefit that the type 2 diabetic patient doesn't. All right, so this means that if you're taking insulin as a type 2 diabetic, you probably go back to taking pills, or probably just reverse the diabetes, or go into remission. Remember, we don't say the term cure, you're cured of diabetes, we say you go into remission. And the other thing is, you probably can drop medications, you probably can drop the insulin. That doesn't happen with a type 1 diabetic. But let me tell you this, every type of diabetic, type 1 or type 2, gets the benefit out of the surgery by losing weight, adding extra years of life, and gaining quality of life. Now, this is a very common question. What happens if I'm in Canada, or I'm in the States, and I decide to go down to Mexico to you and have weight loss surgery? How does the aftercare work out? Well, that is the main reason, or one of the reasons, that we decide to focus on this procedure, which is low maintenance. But there is aftercare, and the aftercare is given out by us, me specifically. And we have been doing this procedure for over 17 years. And we have been focusing on medical tourism for that long. So that means that the vast majority of our patients come from abroad to our center of excellence to get this procedure done. And for us to be to keep that certification as a center of excellence, we need to follow up with patients. And the way we do so, there's two ways. My favorite is the email. So I touch base personally with my patients every precise milestone that we have to do something, change the diet phase, we've got to start taking our supplements, we need to start doing the exercise, what type of exercise, and all that information I give out to you, and I give out to you at that precise moment. The other option, taking advantage of technology, is our app. So we do have an app that you can install on your smartphone, and it will take you or prompt you or give you the notifications at any given moment that you need to do something. So the answer is we take advantage of technology to do the aftercare. But here again, you always have direct access, well, as my patient, you always have direct access to me and to my email and to my personal phone. So there you have it. That is episode 174 of the Ask Dr. A show. If you found this useful, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com, where we are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless.